What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Chris, I'm with nuppfx, and today I'm going to be showing you all the 3D printed parts I designed and printed for my cars. So let's just jump right in. So the first thing I ever 3D printed for a car was this panel right here. So it's just a simple thing. There used to be like a card panel. It was just a slit that had you could put business cards or credit cards in. And I took that out because I really wanted something to be able to hook my auxiliary lights to. The fog lights that were for the vehicle were just way too expensive to do anything. So the first prototypes were all from like PLA and PETG, and it ended up being that was not quite heat resistant enough. So this was ABS like resin printed, painted black, tried to put some texture on it, and then just put in there. It's actually remixed from a Lego attachment that I found on Thingiverse. So I just took the Lego studs off and then filled everything in and created that. So it's a perfect fit panel right here. Pops into the factory mounts, same factory size, but I just wanted something to be able to put my switch for my fog lights in right there. This piece right here is also resin printed from ABS like resin, and then painted white to be heat resistant because the dash gets really hot. I had one in PETG it worked fine, but right here it got soft and would come in, and then this would start falling down every time I put my phone in it. So this is also ABS like resin printed, which is why it's got the flat spot right here to make it really easy to suction to the build plate and not need supports. And just like in the truck and the Land Rover, I 3D printed a different version. I chopped off this part of the truck's mount and then just plastered it onto combined it with just a simple thing. This is held on with double-sided tape, like VHB tape, and then it's also got one of the motorcycle mounts just held in place like normal. The next thing I 3D printed is right here underneath the engine bay. Right here, these little knurled bolts, I guess you could say. When I got the car, this was the air intake. It was made out of canvas and it was all dry rotted and taken out, so I replaced it with a rubber copy, so for longevity and stuff like that. And when I was taking it apart, these things popped off and they broke. The other side was missing. This one broke as I was taking it off. So I just went in less than 3 hours. I had a whole thing this modeled up like a little knurling screw right here. It cuts its own threads with the screw, and then I just made sure to tighten it up. And then every now and then I come in here and just make sure it's all tight and good to go. And then if they ever break, I can just print off a whole bunch of them in under a couple hours again, and then just put that back on and it hand tightens. So this right here has been 3D printed out of PETG. It's a nice smooth finish. It blends in perfectly well. The only thing I had to do was heat up right here so it fit around the rain gutter molding all nice. And it's been on the car since I bought it in January. This has been that way. The same thing on the other side, because this one was cracked, the original. The one on the other side was just completely missing. So I 3D printed those out. Luckily I found those files online already and didn't have to design them myself, because that would have been a lot of caliper work. And 3D printed this little Molle attachments panel right here. It's hard, it's from PETG. It can be screw mounted. I've got spacers on the website, or I've got spacers on the file online that you can put right here instead of using paracord. But I decided to mount this on the headrest using paracord, and then it just gives some extra storage space for the back seat and stuff like that by mounting a little bag on there, or like a dump pouch or something, so you can have that. Anything that's Molle webbing on the back, you can put in through here. It all fits through those things, and I've got another one on the other side right there with a bigger little pouch. For this interior, I modeled up some cup inserts right here. These hold bottles a lot better and cans. That way they don't rattle around in here, because you can adjust the size of everything, and it wasn't a secure hold. So I went in, took some measurements of cans and then the inside of the sleeve, and then just created these sleeve inserts that just sit right in there and hold a can or like a half-liter bottle, like a Coke bottle, nice and easy. This is something I've been prototyping up for a while. It is in a cigarette holder, cigarette lighter type thing. This is actually holding an AirTag, so this car can be GPS tracked, like simply, and then This is something that I've been coming up with, is trying to hide air tags in very plain locations. So right there, right into the 12-volt port right there. This part is PETG, this part is resin printed. I had a problem with the resin print right here. It got warm, got a little soft, it wasn't in there right, and it broke when I was trying to manipulate it. So this part resin printed, I reprinted this in PETG, and then stuck a foam spacer in there that even if it gets warm, it would press out instead. So that just lives right there, and it's kind of like hiding an air tag in plain sight. Another convenient 3D print is this right here. It is just a regular air vent freshener thing. So what I did was I printed it out. This was also a 3-file on Thingiverse, I believe, or printables, and just printed it out, put a cotton ball inside, or parts of a cotton ball inside, and you just put essential oils in there, and then the warmth from like the heat and the air that pulls through puts it all through into your car and makes it smell real nice. Last and certainly not least is this 3D printed license plate hitch mount. I've done it for both the truck and the Land Rover at this point, because they both have these fake Jurassic World license plate mounted on them, and I still need to be able to drive it on the regular road. So I have the real license plate on the regular license plate mount, and I've got these right here mounted on a print that I designed up to just hold a license plate there onto a 2-inch tow package.
Here you can see it from the other side on the truck. Pretty cool.
Once again, thank you for sticking around to the end of the video. Like always, there are links down in the description below. If you want to help me, help support the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, thumbs it up, and I will see you on the next one.